Hey everyone, and welcome to episode 69 of the ToonamiGAF podcast. I'm Greg Zeno. Tonight we have Jess C. Kohler and B-Dubs.
Hello.
Hello.
We're lonely. We're very lonely.
Sorry, I'm getting a phone call.
And
All right, go ahead.
Of course, it would be this episode number that dubious sensuality became a thing.
It would be episode 69.
Was that a booty call? Maybe I was getting.
No, that was me.
Anyway, in news, maybe Netflix ate My Hero Academia.
Yeah, we're probably not getting My Hero Academia anytime soon.
No. I've got something to say about this. I think people are misunderstanding what's going on here.
Mm-hmm.
So DeMarco tweeted, or somebody asked him or something.
Yeah.
Would we get My Hero Academia? And he said anything that Netflix gets as exclusive, you can pretty much guarantee won't appear on Toonami or something to that effect.
Yeah.
But I think he was thinking of Little Witch Academia, because My Hero Academia is a Funimation show, and it's on Funimation.com and all these other places.
It's not on US Netflix at all.
Not yet.
Exactly.
But at the same time,
I mean, My Hero.
Unless he just blew open a deal.
Yeah.
I mean, he might have. I
mean,
think
it doesn't
there's.
make sense. It doesn't make sense why he would say that, because My Hero Academia isn't even on Netflix, right?
I mean, for all we know, it's not right now. But for all we know, he tried to get it at some point, and Netflix just outbid him.
See, I think he just got the names mixed up. That's what I think.
That feels like wishful thinking, though. That he would,
Yeah,
is Little Witch Academia even a thing that he would even consider as something for Toonami?
No, but that's my. No, but I mean, he probably just misread the title. I mean, they're so similar. They have 3 words. They end in academia. It's probably he was just skimming through these questions and answered the wrong question.
I mean, it's possible. At the same time, I wouldn't be entirely shocked if Netflix had an exclusive deal for like a year or two.
It doesn't even make sense. It's already almost finished on Funimation. What's there to exclusivize about it?
The dub.
Well, it only just now reached its popularity, I think. And now they're like, now we want it.
That seems like more of a stretch to me than him getting it wrong.
Well,
I think it's more likely he just read it wrong. That's what I think.
There's also, like people like, hey, Crunchyroll is going to keep us from getting Mob Psycho, and that doesn't really make sense for me. That doesn't make sense because,
they don't have the dub.
The TV rights are a separate thing, right?
It depends on how they're bundled together. You can combine the streaming and TV rights.
But the point,
But it depends on what's going on. I mean,
does Funimation have streaming rights to that? No, it doesn't. It's only on Crunchyroll.
Yeah, but I think whether or not Toonami gets it is going to depend entirely on who gets the dubbing rights to it. Because I think that's going to be a different thing altogether.
Fuck. Isn't that a Bang Zoom dub?
It might be.
Because Bang Zoom doesn't own their dubs; they just make them. They just make dubs for other people.
Right. So that might mean it's going to Netflix.
But Crunchyroll has it.
Well,
they have the sub.
Netflix doesn't do just dubs. I don't think.
No,
I think
they don't.
We own this completely.
I thought that I don't know this for sure, but I thought I read somewhere that Little Witch Academia is available in both languages.
Yeah, that's the thing with that's the reason Netflix has for why their stuff comes out so late is because they want to they don't release it until it's dubbed.
They do like a sub, or I mean they do
they do both.
I'm sorry, I think they do both, and they hold off on both until the show can be the whole season can be watched at once.
Yes.
Yeah. And that's the big complaint about Netflix is why are you making us wait for a show? People are just going to go and pirate it.
Netflix, I understand that everyone else in the world has moved to binge watching, but not anime.
Yeah, and the irony too is that there are a few shows that do continue to come out one episode at a time on Netflix still. It's like just for some reason they were picky about
There's
it.
there's a handful.
I believe those
of
are the
them.
ones that they just don't even bother with a dub for.
Yeah.
Oh no, I meant like regular shows, not anime. I meant like convention.
I mean, yeah, there's a couple of them, but I mean that's usually to do with production, I think.
Well,
How
no, it
the
doesn't.
particular show.
Maybe, but I mean, like they could just be as stingy and go, "Nah, we're not going to put any of it on our service until the whole season's done, and then they can binge watch it." That's what they did with this, which is dumb.
Yeah.
I don't know. Whatever. I mean,
I mean, we're gonna find out in a couple of weeks, probably.
But getting back to the main thing, though, like if you took DeMarco's word at face value and just assume he knew what he was talking about, that does kind of suck that we won't get to see My Hero Academia on Toonami, because I think that would be a good fit for the blog.
And I don't think it's something that would come.
Really
I don't know if it's something they would go back to later.
I don't think so either. It's sort like if it enters the cultural zeitgeist like something like Attack on Titan did, where you got like John Boyega going like, "Oh, I got like 14 free hours. I'm gonna watch Attack on Titan now, fam." Like something like that. Like if it turns into that, he's definitely gonna, sit down and make sure he gets it at some point.
I loved
but
his.
Like I was.
I like that his
like half an hour later. He's like,
no, it wasn't even that. It was like 5 minutes later, and he's like, "Man, Aaron, well, shut up."
He's like, "Fuck Aaron." No, I mean, it's sort of why I'm not entirely sure we'd be getting it anyway. Is sort of
I never understand this argument. I want to disagree with you guys. I hate to be that way, but like I've heard you say it a bunch of times on the show. It's like I think it'll be out of flavor, and they won't bring it back.
Well, I think if it's true that they won't get it for a while if at all, then it definitely will be out of flavor.
If it's a year or two.
Star. I mean, like that's the oldest dirt.
It's classic though.
Yeah, but I mean, like, I think that we get a lot. I think we get a lot of older shows. You guys kind of play it off like we don't.
I mean, we do, but
I could totally see if it's like, oh, we couldn't get Mob Psycho or MHA. How about Log Horizon?
I think it's going to entirely depend on what's available at the time and what they think is going to do well.
Yeah, I mean, we got Tokyo Ghoul, and you could say that that's way out of flavor, right? I mean, it wasn't still popular, was it?
Well, it was popular enough to be like number 2 forever.
Yeah.
And the thing with MHA was like, oh, maybe now we will get it because it suddenly appeared at number 1 on most requested.
Right.
Yeah. I think whatever
visible interest.
I think as long as it stays up there for multiple times, like over the course of the next couple of shows coming in and out, that there's a chance we could get it. But if it just sort of peaked at one point and then just sort of goes away, then...
Yeah, I mean, you make a good point. It's less about like overall anime communities, whatever they think is currently hot versus what people are telling them in polls.
And as we have seen, the people in the polls are not always right.
No.
Yeah. Oh, they were dead wrong about this one. It's not even entertaining kind of bad. Like, entertaining bad is, at least that's funny. But whatever. I mean, like I said, I think there's still a chance we get it. I'm not entirely sold that it's 1,000%, though, even before the, DeMarco's thing. Yeah, I've always just been sort of just, brace yourself for disappointment. You never know if we're going to get something or not. Because I honestly never thought we were getting Lupins, and then here we are.
Well, when DeMarco wants to make something happen, he will make it happen.
Yeah.
As long as someone else didn't buy it.
This is true.
Like, if there's some weird esoteric thing DeMarco wants to show, god damn it, that thing's going on the block.
What was that one with the wrestler?
King Star King?
No, King Star King was terrible. King Star King was the one that was next to Korgoth and was like, man, Korgoth's cool. And of course, King Star King is the sucky one that got an actual order.
Oh, Kick Heart.
Kick Heart.
Oh, right.
Remember Kick Heart's
favorite show? Because like it's
All
like
right.
Lupin, Michiko, and Hachen. Nobody
Yeah.
the community wasn't like, man, Michiko and Hachen. Like maybe one
Yeah.
person was.
Yeah.
I think there's space on the block for when DeMarco thinks something's personally interesting. He'll be like, "Oh, I like how this looks. I'll, pick this up."
I'm glad. I mean, I like
Yeah.
that he kind of, because I think that's one of the mission objectives of Toonami in his mind, is to like, let's try to expose something unusual to an audience. And so like
Yeah.
Michiko and Hachen, it's like not that many people had seen that, so it made sense.
Right. Yeah, because I mean, if you look at the average sort of show that Toonami shows, it's all very much sort of action-y, shonen type things.
Oh
And
well,
if not,
action has to be a part of it. That apparently is another
yeah,
But I
yeah,
just meant
it
that, like,
does.
I just meant that like in combination with the popular stuff, he wants to
Yeah.
also make sure that shows that wouldn't normally be seen, like Lupin, get seen.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean,
Also,
just sort of
Lupin
what
news. Apparently, the reason we can't get any of the like cool stuff is because we're showing the Italian version,
instead of the Japanese
and
version.
that
Yeah.
it must not be changed.
I don't know why.
What do you mean, like the opening?
I mean, so like apparently there's a different soundtrack in the Japanese version.
Oh,
Yeah.
Weird.
So we have the Italian version complete with Italian music and soundtrack and openings and such.
I mean, outside of the opening, I don't really have any complaints so far. So
Also, Team 4-Star is now a dubbing studio.
Yeah, they're doing what's it called?
Hells?
Yeah, it's something like Hell's, something like that. They're fairly good. Like a couple of them have been hired for stuff by
Like they
Funimation
can't
before, so
It can't just be the regulars doing that. This has to be okay. We're actually making a studio.
yeah, I think this is sort of their first, foray into what they're going to do after Abridged is done.
Or they're like based around the same area that like Funimation is in Texas, and they'll be able to like crib.
I mean, maybe. I
know.
think they're going to bring in a bunch of sort of the regulars they used in Abridged, but then sort of, bring in other people too for stuff they can't do. Because you can't have like the same three guys voicing like 12 different characters. That's just, they're good. They're not
That's
that
just
good.
exactly what Funimation did in
I was going to say that's pretty much anime in general.
But at one point, there is
I know.
almost certainly at least 3 characters talking to each other, and they're all Chris Sabat.
Yeah, I mean, at a certain
And
point,
not
you got to
even
be
like
like,
related
okay,
to
chill.
each other, just completely different characters. All
I know.
Chris Sabat.
I mean, at a certain point, you just got to be like, chill, just,
And probably at least, several dozen cases of Sonny Strait talking to himself.
Yeah, Matt Mercer.
Matt Mercer wasn't even around then.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, way back, it was very much like there were 4 guys and they did all the work.
The beginning of anime dubbing.
Seriously.
Anyway, want to talk about the block?
Sure.
Wait, when do you think Hells is coming out?
I don't know. I don't even know what it is.
I mean, neither do I, but I mean, I'm just assuming in like a year or 2, maybe.
Maybe.
Because I would assume if this is where they're going after they're done with Abridged, that they want to make sure that it's, good, so they get hired again.
Anyway, Dragon Ball Super?
Dragon Ball Super.
Dragon Ball Super episode 29. Combat matches are a go. The captain is someone stronger than Goku. Of course.
Yeah.
In this episode, they try to find the Super Dragon Balls, and that's it, I guess.
Yeah, they build the Dragon Radar, and it can only, ping so far. So they have to go to the center of the universe, which apparently is going to take like 20 minutes because Jocko has a ship.
And also, Bulma has a sister. The fuck?
She does. Yeah, you'd think that would have come up before, but no, here we are. And she's friends with an alien, and has been for a long time now.
I missed this episode because I came in late. What is the name of Bulma's sister?
Tights.
Really?
He's not kidding. He's not kidding.
Nice. That's funny.
Oh yes.
All right. Funny.
Also in this episode, the Super Dragon Balls are as big as a goddamn planet, so good luck getting those.
And, I mean, they're gonna need like a tractor beam or something, like a big
Well,
old
yeah.
net.
I mean, like, the whole point of the Dragon Balls is they have to all be together. How can they not
Yeah.
be together if they're planet-sized? I mean, they're like
Well,
literally as
yeah,
close as they can be, I guess.
they're gonna get apparently like. How are they not gonna like get close enough to each other and just form a black hole in the center due to the gravity of these things? Because they're like planet-sized, so like the gravity's got to be freaking insane.
Yeah,
But this is Dragon Ball, so
it's magic.
yeah,
Yeah.
Dragon Ball magic.
And that, I mean, Champa, he's funny.
Yeah, he cares more
no.
about the concession stands than he does anything else.
As well, he should.
That's all I got.
That man doesn't have Earth food. He doesn't have instant ramen or any of that stuff.
I'm more interested in Vados than I am Champa. Like,
Yeah,
I think she's a more interesting character personally.
yeah. Honestly, I think most people would agree that the angels are a little more interesting than the gods of destruction, outside of maybe Beerus.
Beerus is
That's
all
just
right.
because
Yeah.
that's just because he's fun though.
Yeah.
Like, because the angels, it always feels like, oh, there's something going on with them,
Right. Yeah,
Like
they're kind of
they're all,
mysterious.
yeah, like there's been like a bajillion and a half theory. Like every arc, it's like, oh, and then the angels turn evil, and then Goku and everyone has to fight them, and it's like it never happens, but everyone keeps thinking it's gonna happen.
Hmm.
I mean, yeah, not a lot happened this episode.
So I want to talk about Dragon Ball Z Kai?
Sure.
Yeah, okay.
Dragon Ball Z Kai, the final chapter is episode 128, A Nightmare Revisited, the immortal monster Majin Buu. Man, you can't get rid of gum by stepping on it. Don't do that.
No. You see, Boo has the properties of both rubber and gum, so you have to remember that he's just gonna snap back together.
Also, this isn't
I do.
interesting anymore.
No, it's really not.
Oh no, Boo is back.
The problem with Boo is that even though he's like kind of different and I would put in this in quotes, funny. Even though he's these things, the problem I have with him is that he's just like he's so magical as to be like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, it seems like he has every power you could want. Like, he can just make someone like form their body back and turn people into cookies. It's like, what can't he do, really?
Yeah, I mean, he's just broken beyond repair. It's this weird thing where, like, in order to kill him, you basically got to blast him so that, he's into, nothing remains, even on, like, a molecular level. And then Vegeta just, sort of nukes himself, and it's still not enough. So it's sort of like, so how the hell are you even supposed to pull that one off?
The problem is that there doesn't appear to be any established ground rules for what could hurt him. And so, and I get at this early stage, you're supposed to be like, oh my gosh, it's like the T-1000 from Terminator. It's like, oh, he just reforms. But the problem is like, he's also just like beaming people with like his little antenna and like reviving them from near death and stuff. And it's like, I don't even know what, like, I don't know. He's just like, it's almost like
he can basically do everything. Yeah, he's basically invincible. He can do everything. He can heal people. He can turn them into candy. It's
right.
I think
they should have just made him like just like the putty part. Just have the putty part. He's hard to kill because he's made of putty. That'd have been enough. He doesn't need like the ability to turn people into candy and stuff. That's just like so far out there. It's like, I mean, really, what if he wasn't an idiot? He could just turn everyone into candy instantly, probably, and end the universe, probably.
Yeah, I mean, he'd always have something to eat that way. He'd never complain.
Anyway,
no, yeah, but I do think you're right that Boo is a little over designed, but at the same time, I think Toriyama and the editors also agree because he gets a couple of different forms throughout the arc. And each time it sort of addresses, the things you're talking about a little bit, but at the same time, each time he gets worse.
Hmm.
So it's just like this weird thing where this is hilariously the best Boo is ever going to really get, I think.
Yeah. Well, Vegeta's not going to be able to do anything because now he is stone cold dead.
Yeah, he turned to dust.
Forever.
Literally. I sort of wish this was forever for him, because it's a really good note for him to go out on.
He's way too popular a character for that to happen.
I know, but the series was ending at that point, and it's sort of like never should have brought him back. Should have just stuck with it, and oh, whatever.
Of course, now that he's back, it's like you can never kill him again. It means nothing.
Yeah, well, I mean, it means nothing for everybody.
Well, Piccolo can be killed all the time. Apparently, that's like once per arc.
Yeah, I mean, he got killed twice this arc. I mean, yeah, no, once this arc so far, he's been killed. Yeah, he was dead twice during the Frieza arc. He started the arc dead, and then he came back, and then he got killed. No, he almost got killed again in that one. Yeah, no, he dies about once an arc.
Yeah, his death ratio is pretty high. So what do you guys think of Yamcha basically being relegated to pilot and mechanic?
Yeah, he can't be bothered.
I don't care about Yamcha.
He doesn't. I mean, Yamcha doesn't care. He's like, as long as I'm not, dying or anything, he's fine.
Also, 18 is the best mom. You're fine. Stop crying, small infants.
It's kind of sad because she really is the best mom in this show.
Yeah. I mean, you're right. You know what? You're absolutely right. She is the best mom. Like, she literally is probably the best parent of all the parents in this show.
And that is deeply embarrassing.
Even like Chi-Chi, who is supposed to be the best parent, is usually bad at times.
She's way too overprotective is the problem.
Right. And somebody brought it up too. It's like, whoa, somebody's typing.
Oh, sorry, that's me.
Okay. Somebody brought it up too in the thread. It's in a series where almost everyone can fly. It is so strange that they decide to take vehicles to get around, especially when those vehicles then fail and everyone's going to crash.
Yeah, seriously, why didn't someone just jump out and then start carrying the damn thing? I mean,
well, they did. That's exactly what happened. But I mean,
well, yeah.
But why even use the car to begin with? Just fly everywhere.
I mean, not everyone can fly. Who wants to carry them for so long?
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, if everyone can fly, then big deal. But
they kind of made a point about that early on in this, in this arc, the final chapters, where with like Gohan being like, "Well, I don't have to, get around. I can just fly now. I just fly everywhere I go."
Yeah.
It's like, well, you should have kept doing it.
Yeah.
So Gohan is maybe not dead. Of course he's not dead.
No, he's not dead yet. Supreme Kai has to actually do something useful now.
No.
No, don't worry. This is the only useful thing he ever does.
Yay.
He has to show at least a modicum of competence.
No.
He
should just suck forever.
Yeah, he's so easily hateable as a character. There's nothing. Do you think that anyone watched this show and thought he was cool?
Yes. Maybe at the start of the arc,
Yeah, he was kind of cool.
When he was all mysterious and scaring Piccolo and shit.
Like the moment he opened his mouth is when it went downhill. He started talking, and that's when suddenly this is not a cool character.
Like, as soon as you saw his plans, you were like, yeah, that's no good.
Anyway, JoJo?
Heck yeah.
JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Stardust Crusaders, Episode 3, The Curse of Dio. Man, finally something to talk about.
Oh, Dio is so glorious.
You know what's so great about Dio? He has charisma.
He has fabulous charisma and a dubious sexuality.
Fucking Richard Epcar, man.
Dubious sexuality.
Dubious sensuality. You got to get right. And also his translucent alabaster skin.
That he stole from Jonathan.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that. Epcar is absolutely killing it.
Yeah.
I'm loving this character.
And we haven't even gotten to the famous oh no's.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Anyway, Avdol was like one step away from saying, man, Dio was hot. I want to have sex with Dio. Meanwhile, Kakyoin definitely wants to have sex with Jotaro's mom.
I was going to say.
He really does. Can you blame him, though?
Yes.
She's
come on.
Pretty. She's pretty.
She's cute.
Yeah.
Come on. You gotta admit it.
Stop.
So Holly has a stand, and that's because she is a Joestar?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. But it's not like, well, because she's not a fighter, that's why she can't handle it or something.
Yeah.
Yes, and this will be ridiculous when you later see the things that have stands in this part.
Okay, weird. But
Holly is like, oh no, my roses are strangling me.
Yeah, it's like her stand doesn't look like a person. It's just like roses, thorns or something growing out of her. Yeah. And then so the Speedwagon Foundation is going to come in and take care of Holly while everybody goes to Egypt.
Yep. He's in Egypt.
They're going to walk like an Egyptian.
Yeah, because whenever the Joestar family needs something, the Speedwagon Foundation, no matter what they're doing, even if it's stopping nuclear war, has to drop everything and help them.
Cool.
That's how it works.
It's basically like, imagine if the Speedwagon Foundation was like all of Microsoft, but it was just a charitable foundation. That's the Speedwagon Foundation.
And then it's also sworn fealty to, a single family has to drop everything to help them whenever they ask.
Also, it's basically the Joestar clan stand.
Yes, it is.
Speedwagon died and was reborn as a stand.
Yeah, I was going to say, the Speedwagon Foundation lives on to only serve the Joestars because that's what Speedwagon did.
Yes. Speedwagon knew that they would always need his help, and so he's always there for them, even in death.
And so even a character as ridiculous as Robert E.O. Speedwagon is still going to have a presence in every future part.
Because he's the greatest bro.
It's like,
that's how big a bro Speedwagon is. Even generations after his death, he's still going to keep on broing.
Anyway, I thought I wouldn't enjoy this episode as much because it's literally the only episode in this part that isn't fighting.
Yeah, but it was fun.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think I liked this episode more than I liked the last one.
Yeah.
It was good, yeah.
Menacing spoon.
Yeah.
And the library with no lighting.
Nope.
It's like, I can't read anything in here. Good thing I found this book about Egyptian flies.
Yeah, that library doesn't even look like it belongs in that Japanese house. It's like he left and went to some ancient temple or something.
He probably had it built under the house, as a wedding present to Holly or something.
Wait, now I thought that was Holly's house.
It is.
Okay. But you said he had it built.
Yeah, he probably had it built for her as a wedding present or something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I follow you. So yeah, as a gift. Does so what's his face just happened to recognize some obscure mosquito or fly or something?
Oh, of course he did.
Also, Star Platinum shows off its amazing, photography, photographical
skills and whatnot. He can draw really good.
That's a thing you'll never see again.
No, it isn't.
Ever.
This is true.
It does fit though, like because that was something they did in this episode too, like right at the end. It's like they gave each character and like blah 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 Joestar and his stand, platinum, because they gave them names. Remember?
Yeah.
You have to name your stand now. And that was interesting. And then, but they also talked about too, like that's what their special skills was, like super precision and I guess punching ability, something like that. I don't know.
Super precision and punching.
Yeah, but super precision makes sense. It's like apparently it can also see things that normal people can't see, and so he saw the fly in the photograph and then can draw it because he has super precision. He can draw really well.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And then Joseph Joestar just gets spirit photography.
Yeah.
Sucks to be you, Joseph.
I mean, it makes sense considering the bullshit he pulled out his ass in the last arc.
He did. He did use Hamon in this episode.
I can see the future.
Yeah. They got to give him something.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he still got Hamon overdrive, so.
Which somebody in the thread says you'll never see again. Like it was shown this one time.
I think we get like a couple of more, times.
Oh, okay, good.
So we also get fuck.
I just want to say dubious sensuality again.
Okay. Dubious sensuality.
I mean, how is that not Dio's stand's name, or does he have two stands, and one of them is his dubious sensuality?
Oh yeah, in the end slate, Dio is breaking out like what looks like Hermit Purple, and it's like that'll never be seen again.
Nope, that was his dubious sensuality. He can just do whatever the hell he wants.
He also has snake hair. Yeah. There was a scene where Avdol like ran into him in Egypt, and he's like, "I really like that thing you have. Why don't you show it to me?" or something like that. And then he started attacking him, and his hair turned into snakes.
Because why not?
Is he a vampire, or is that just similar?
Yes. No, I think he's a vampire. I mean, he stole Jonathan's body, though.
Right. I mean, I remember he was a vampire originally. I just don't know if that was still a thing.
He's still a vampire.
Okay.
Yeah, at least
doesn't matter because now,
It's got Jonathan's body.
Yeah, it's weird that like in part 2 or whatever, I don't know if part 2 is the right word, but when in the second part they had these supermen who were like from ancient times.
Mm-hmm.
What were they called?
Pillar Men.
The Pillar Men. So you had like the Pillar Men, and now we're back to vampires again.
Well, I mean, the Pillar Men were vampires.
Were they?
Yeah, they were like Super Dio. Oh. That was the whole point.
I forgot that, I guess. I thought they were like another thing. Oh, well. Okay, I'm learning something now. So Dio is from the Pillar Men. Like, he was...
He was transformed.
He was transformed by the mask.
Yes.
Okay, got it.
Into a vampire.
Right. This stuff's bizarre, man. It's hard to keep track of everything.
Yeah, it really is.
Don't worry, none of that stuff matters anymore.
No, it does not.
So from now on, it's basically just all fighting all the time.
I'm not sure if I like that.
I mean, it's kind of nice in a Toonami setting because it's like, well, here for my weekly fight. You never know. You never know if you're, because otherwise you might tune in any random week. It's like, I wonder if this is going to be one of those boring episodes.
Well, I mean, just because there's no fighting doesn't mean the episode has to be boring.
I know, but from like a kid point of view.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, like I was going to say, it's just as long as it's entertaining, they can do whatever the hell they want because it's usually pretty entertaining.
It's mostly entertaining.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, apparently we're going to meet another character who looks kind of like Guile with silver hair because he's showing up in the ending, which we saw for the first time, and we are getting in the full. I don't know if we'll get it full every week, but
I don't know if we will. I don't think it's roundabout popular.
I think we will because they cut the opening down, didn't they?
Yeah, they did.
They always do.
Well, I mean, at the same time, like, walk like an Egyptian has got to cost them like a pretty penny. So if they're going to air it, they may as well get the most out of it.
Yeah, I would bank right now, without knowing any better, I would bank right now that they're probably going to play it in full like they did the previous seasons, just for consistency.
Yeah. And cost, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, you guys want to talk about Tokyo Ghoul?
I guess.
Why did you say yes?
Yeah, you were too quick to say yes.
I said I guess. Not yes. I mean, if we have to, we will. But I mean, do we have to?
Tokyo Ghoul Rude episode 6,000 pounds. Fucking whatever.
All right, I'm just going to say, for anyone listening, that this was the stupid Stitches kid backstory episode.
I don't care about him.
How many good boy points do I get?
I don't care.
And apparently the guy with the stupid hair, like with the round part on the forehead, like apparently he has a soft spot for Stitches kid, and that's about it. That's all I know. I mean, apparently the Stitches
No,
kid...
you completely forgot the the biggest part of this episode is, man, Amon, stop it. Stop being a creeper.
Yeah.
Like, what's her faces? They're like, man, I hate you.
Oh, yes.
Let's fuck.
Yeah, she's like drunk. He takes that chick back to her place, and he's like thinking she's hitting on him, and then she's not, and then he does push-ups on her balcony all night long or something.
Why doesn't he just leave?
He's a creeper.
Just leave the place. Just go away. You don't have to be there all night till she gets up.
Man, at least she said father early rather than later.
Oh, yeah, that would have been bad.
Oh, fuck this show.
That would have been really bad.
Also, one other minor complaint is that What's-Her-Face had like a giant chunk bitten out of her leg, but now she's just wearing a bandage.
Don't worry, I'm fine.
Care.
Yeah, apparently she grew like her muscle back somehow. I don't know.
I don't care.
That's all I remember from this terrible show that I do not want to talk anymore about.
In this episode, Kaneki appeared in 2 scenes, and in both he's just screaming.
Yeah, no, this is true. All he did was scream all episode.
Cut back to Onteku, where everyone's just having a laugh. Nothing matters.
And then there was that one character that was really bad that, someone said, oh, that character's better. Well, I mean, there was one that's like...
the one who was dropping the plates all the time.
Yeah.
Apparently in the manga, she likes Kaneki's suffering and gets off on it.
And I'm like, how is that better? Because that somehow sounds worse.
Tokyo Ghoul manga is probably also terrible.
I'll give it the benefit of the doubt, but I will say that like her being a klutz is probably less interesting than her having some kind of sick fetish. So I'd give it that much, I guess.
I mean, interesting is one thing, but does it actually, result in anything
in Tokyo
good?
Ghoul appears normal. Actually, cannibal fetish?
Yeah, that's about right.
Anyway, do you want to talk about Hunter x Hunter?
Yes, please.
I do. Hunter x Hunter episode 62, Reality and Raw.
Mm-hmm.
In this episode, basically me whenever someone is playing a game wrong. You're playing it wrong!
They literally are in this case.
I mean, yes, but...
Yeah, Biscuit is turning out to be a pretty fun character. I'm liking her already.
Biscuit's awesome.
And on the plus side, 1,000-year-old dragon.
This is also true because she's at least...
She said like 40 or something.
Yeah.
Or she had been training for 40 years.
Yeah. So she's either 50-something or 60-something.
Or 1,000, but I kind of doubt 1,000.
Yeah. Like somewhere in between 1,000 and 50. There's just somewhere in that gap is where Biscuit lives.
Man God in the thread said that we have to name the episode Bisky Business.
Okay.
I like that.
We don't have to. He just meant.
I figured dubious sensuality was a lock.
Oh, I like that one better. You're right. Okay, we'll go with that.
Anyway, I love Bisky's stupid little run.
And she's keeping up with them the entire time. That's the best part.
Which is so clearly like, oh, it runs around from being, that's just generic stupid girl run to, that's clearly intentional.
Yeah, she's just doing to screw with them.
Yeah.
Bisky likes cute things, and she likes shiny things, and that's her character.
Also, those fucking like Ninja Village NPCs.
Yeah.
Help me! It's so cold.
So were those real people or not?
If I had, so in this episode, the Phantom Troop, who was also in this game because they just never leave, and are also smarter than everyone, they're like, oh yeah, this has to be a real place. You can't go inside a fucking game. That's stupid.
Yeah. And they figured out that, Greed Island is an actual island. But I'm pretty sure most of the NPCs are just Nen constructs.
Or they're real people forced into like being NPCs, and that's horrifying.
There's I want to say that it's a mix of both. I think all the ones that aren't, saying anything other than, their lines is just Nen constructs.
I may just sort of take a lot of this in stride because it does. On one hand, I kind of want to figure this out. Like, what the hell? Like, how are there game rules if it's the real world? Like, why can they say book and then a book appears if it's not a video game? But then on the other hand, I guess I'm not supposed to really question it too much.
Fuck it, Nen.
Yeah, I mean, it's Nen. It's whoever made this was ridiculously good.
Also, I saw the full uncut opening, and they just straight up cut out the scene where it's like, oh yeah, here's Gon and Killua playing dodgeball on a team with Hisoka.
Yeah,
who will also apparently appear in this arc because that's what he do.
Yes, that is a thing that happens later.
Yeah, I've seen that opening as well. So
they play dodgeball with Hisoka, and it's amazing.
It's insane how much we've actually gone. Like, we were still in like the Hunter exam. That can't be right. When we started this year, that can't be right.
I don't know, maybe.
Or was it like the beginning of like the Heaven's Arena?
I mean, Heaven's Arena is still the Hunter exam, though.
I
mean, you can argue.
Not really.
Not really. Yeah, technically, but the arc was over.
Like, two main characters are straight up not there, and they're in a completely different place, doing a completely different thing.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess.
What was I going to say about the... So, yeah, at the very last minute, Biscuit shows up, introduces herself, and says, I'm going to be your trainer, and then does a freaking whole Team Rocket.
Yeah, she just
on Killua.
blasts off Killua.
Because she's the best.
Like, full cartoon.
I don't know why stuff like this appeals to me so much, but like when she does that and she's drawn kind of cartoony or chibi looking, like when there was that whole scene when they're like she's following them around and then they're like chibi versions of Gon and Killua like beating up monsters.
So you just really like chibi humor.
I think I do. I think anything that's funny like that makes me.
Look, when I was a kid and somebody in like anime would have like when they would do something that was like the severe face fault where they just go from standing to face planting in the ground in a second, I was dying.
Yeah,
dying. That was why I wanted to watch anime, because people might do the funny face plant thing.
Yeah,
depending on the context, that can still be funny as grown-ups.
And I think that like that's kind of one of the reasons I'm starting to already kind of warm up to Biscuit as a character, is because she feels like she's going to be like that kind of comedy going forward. I mean, I don't know that, but it just feels that because she's already like, punching people and, and getting in. She has her little hissy fits and stuff. And it's just like, I love it. She could have been a really annoying character. Sometimes those kinds of characters, like the little prissy girl is always like really annoying.
Oh, she's not a little prissy girl.
Okay. Well, whatever. But she's not.
Remember, 40 years of training.
Right.
Yes.
Anyway, I realized recently that we could just have a best female character category this year.
We probably should have always had that. That's a good idea.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this year it's just going to be Biscuit, isn't it?
I mean, there's Biscuit, there's Videl from Kai, not from Super.
Right.
Yeah.
There's
Hinata
I guess
had a big
Rebecca.
moment.
Oh, Rebecca, yes.
Right. Yes.
There's
Yes.
okay.
Okay.
Hold on.
Okay. That might be interesting.
Man,
Biscuit
now I'm
or
blanking
Rebecca?
suddenly, put on the spot. But previously, I was just rattling them off. Anyway,
Yeah.
there's no one from Super.
No one from Super.
There. Dun dun dun.
I mean, whatever.
Crap. This
Holly.
makes me look stupid now that I'm just being like,
Holly's
I
kind
don't
of
know.
fun. She'd probably have to be at the bottom of the list, but I'd still nominate her.
Yeah.
Who?
Okay.
Oh yeah. Okay. Lisa.
Lisa was cool. Yeah.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
What are the other shows that aired this year? God damn it. Oh, Ymir.
Ooh. Oh, that's a contender.
Mm-hmm.
We forgot about Ymir.
She was
Maybe,
like the most.
maybe even Krista.
Damn. Yeah, good characters.
I mean, if we're just coming up with a list of nominations.
Yeah.
There's also Hinata gets one scene good.
She gets one good episode. Yeah.
She gets one good episode.
I think that's enough to put her on the list.
Girl who's just Hawkeye except not from Naruto. No, that's a joke. Don't take that seriously.
I miss Hawkeye.
It would be better if I could suddenly remember all the shows that aired this year.
Yeah. Hang on. There's a bit of news. Apparently, Xenoblade Chronicles 2 just got its rating in today.
What is it?
It rated M for violence and online activity. It came in today, so it's more likely than not getting. It's not probably going to be delayed, so we probably are actually getting it this year.
Man, I can't believe that. I thought when they announced that coming this year, I was like, no, it's not.
Well, they just rated it, and now is about the time the rating would come out, I think, if it's due out in like November or whatever.
Yeah. Anyway, so hey, also from Hunter x Hunter, Melody.
Oh yeah, I like Melody.
There's also Pakanoda.
Yeah, she's murder someone.
There's also Man, give me a minute. Give me more time, and I'll.
Yeah. I mean, that's already a long list.
I was like zooming through them previously, and now I look like a dumbass.
No, I think you're right though. There's definitely enough good female characters for sure. This even in this 6 months or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, we'll put it together at the end of the year.
And then of course, there's also like the top two contenders are like Brooke and Joseph Joestar. So there you go.
Mm-hmm. I miss Brooke.
Brooke.
It's not fair. It's just so not fair. It's taken from us too soon.
Anyway, guys, want to talk about Lupin? No.
Yeah. Okay. Sure.
Lupin the Third, Part 4, Episode 8, The Zapping Operation. In this episode, everything kind of goes to shit.
Yeah,
everyone's kidnapping everyone else.
This was a really good episode because it was just constant action and like 3 interwoven plots and lots of stuff going on. All of the main characters, almost all of the main characters doing stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I wonder where Goemon is.
Yeah. I kind of don't really care.
Who the fuck is Goemon, right?
He's off somewhere sharpening his sword.
All right. Also, it is now confirmed 100% that apparently every episode of Lupin has to include one really terrible voiced character.
Oh, of course. I mean, that's in the contract.
That little girl voice at the beginning of this episode was just what was that?
I mean, it sounded like that one character from Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged, the one with like, "Do you want this baby? This might make a nice coaster for my drink."
Yeah, except like in like a hushed voice, she's like, "What are we going to do?" There is a man at the door.
Man at the door is like, on the day of my daughter's wedding. It's the guy from last episode.
You come to me on the day of my daughter's wedding and you ask me this favor.
So there was lots of kidnapping in this episode. There was lots of confused identities. We got to see
there was
more
misunderstandings.
a ton. Everything was a misunderstanding.
Nick's almost squeezes his head explode.
Yes, we see his heart like pumping. So more 007 shenanigans.
He drives up in a hood and starts shooting at his daughter. Amazing secret agent Nix.
In fairness, he's not thinking straight.
No, he's really not.
He really isn't.
They did. They also introduced.
They had a team set up to take him out if he went too rogue. Apparently.
Yeah. And
so
they
also they let him go rogue, but not too rogue because whatever.
They also set up a overarching plot thing. I guess it's going to go on because there's something called the Dream of Italy that everybody is after.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Which
the straw hat.
Want to steal.
It's nothing. It's the straw hat. It's friendship.
Lupin wants to steal it, so whatever. It's got to be worth something to somebody.
I thought
Lupin steals the straw hat from this guy.
I thought you were talking
punched through 7 different buildings.
I was going to say, I thought you were talking about Loopy.
No, Lupin.
But no. Overall, really fun episode. I don't know what the deal was with every time they would switch scenes and we were looking down from a satellite. I don't understand what that was about. But
MI6, they're always watching.
Is that what that means? Okay, I guess that makes sense. But yeah, it was a fun episode. I kind of want to see more, and of course, it has Rebecca, so I can't really complain.
Rebecca just exists to troll.
Yes.
Yep.
Although she got a little trolled too this episode, a little bit.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She can only ever get a little bit trolled.
Oh yeah, and she's got a Alfred manservant who does shit for her. I don't remember that from the previous episodes. He'll pull out a gun and stuff.
Yeah, he'll have a gunfight with Bond. God damn it, because that's what he does. This episode had the start of the Alfred Bond rivalry, which I hope carries through.
But anyway, other than that, is there anything else?
No.
Yeah.
This did turn into Taken, though. The exact same plot.
It really did. Only way more ridiculous.
Anyway, Naruto Shippuden?
Do we have to?
Yeah, we do.
Fine.
Naruto Shippuden, episode 169. The 2 students. In this episode, don't worry, everyone. Hinata's boobs are okay.
They really are. They're gonna be okay. They don't go. They don't go away until Boruto.
I love
I have no idea why they go away in Boruto. They just do.
That meme image of Sakura holding her hands over Hinata's chest to heal her, but it looks like even Sakura can't resist.
Can you blame her? Look at those things.
And that was about it.
Oh well,
yeah.
Somebody in a thread, maybe it was you, Greg, said that this is the beginning of Talk No Jutsu.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, this is where it gets its most.
Filler, somehow.
How the hell does that happen?
Well, guess what? We're now in Bleach filler territory, where it just happens. You're in the middle of anything, and it's just filler.
Well, I mean, that's sort of the problem going forward. Is it sort of loses the structure that held it together until now, which is basically mission start, mission end, and that was an arc, and now it's just, it just goes, and there's no, clean transitions between. I mean, there's transitions between arcs, but it's very much there's no good places to put filler in anymore.
So don't.
Yeah, well, how
So
it
apparently, after these 2 episodes of filler that are coming up, there's 4 more episodes of canon, and then 21 episodes of filler.
Oh, just shoot me now. Can we just... DeMarco, if you're listening, please just take this off the thing right now, please.
If there was an end to the current arc, when would it be?
in
It
like
was supposed
6
to be
weeks.
next episode. 6 weeks. I thought
Remember,
next
'cause
episode.
You're forgetting the pain flashback.
Oh right, we gotta get the fucking pain flashback. Are you kidding me?
I guess the reason I'm asking is I just want to know when that episode happens where it looks like we're never going to drop the show, and I want to just be prepared, because if the next episode airs, then we know that we're not going to have a clean cutoff. They're just going to keep airing this forever.
Probably
No,
6
I don't know
weeks.
if that ever. If they will. I don't know. They would probably just drop it.
That's true.
DeMarco, you know
like,
you want to show Boruto instead, please.
No, don't show Boruto either. Just
Dude,
get something else. No,
Okay, Fairy
fuck
Tail
that.
it is.
No, fuck that too.
That's my
Okay, so
problem.
maybe we just want Naruto forever.
Full Metal
look,
Panic,
that's the thing
Ushio and
about
Tora.
Boruto. That's why you should fight for Boruto, is because like it's an easy
It's not
sell.
good though.
Look, you've got to have something here at 2 o'clock, and it's
I
probably
know.
not going to be anything new.
Yeah, that's fair.
I could hear like DeMarco going like, there are people who don't like Shippuden, but then I got all these other people who really love Naruto, and so like the answer, the
people
solution,
are stupid.
yeah, okay, right, but you're DeMarco, you've got to appease everybody, and so the solution is ditch Shippuden and get Boruto. At least it's somewhat better.
Anyway, in this episode, Naruto is like, I really want to kill you. So kill him.
That's not gonna happen. You know that's not gonna happen. I mean, this is the point at which, after there is no, everything's downhill from this point forward. Honestly, I think the only thing I like from Naruto after this point is the first movie after the end of the series.
Yeah, but we will. God, it's it almost seems devised that we have to watch like crap show, good show, crap show, good show. Because after this, next week after Shippuden, we're gonna get Outlaw Star.
Yeah,
yeah, with 21 episodes of filler coming up, that's gonna be fucking hard mode.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, no
Gotta
joke.
stay up for Outlaw Star.
Yeah. It's gonna be a rough
Naruto filler.
It's gonna be a rough 6 months.
Hey, do we know what is slated to replace Tokyo Ghoul? Do we know anything?
That's Gundam Iron Blood Orphan Season 2.
Oh, okay.
Oh, they announced that for sure?
Yeah, they literally said they said September.
Right. Okay.
Or maybe it's probably not Anyway, it's the replacement.
Okay.
Cool.
So our next ending show is Lupin.
Right.
Oh wait, Lupin ends before Tokyo Ghoul?
No, after Tokyo Ghoul, it's Lupin.
Yeah, because Lupin's got 25 episodes.
26.
Or 26, whatever.
Gotcha. So yeah, Tokyo Ghoul will get replaced by IBO2, and then later
and then
after
we're
that,
in uncharted territory. We don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we're still like, a ways out from there, so.
Yeah.
Anyway, Ghost in the Shell was cool.
Yeah. I mean, they just gave Bato like PTSD for no reason, but
that was
whatever. I thought Bato too, because he had to watch the Major get shot.
But no, now he's in this episode and he's like, haha, that was good. And Ishikawa was like a massive troll. He's like, Makoto!
yeah, they did not tell him they were doing that, which is it's a pretty dick move.
Yeah,
and then we find.
Go ahead.
And then we find out at the end of the episode the Laughing Man is dying. So,
He's dying?
Yeah, he's got that brain thing.
Yeah. But
Cyber brain thing.
I like the whole last scene. It was a little almost too talkative. I mean, this show usually does those scenes really well. I think it did okay, but the whole premise of it I liked, which was the main guy, the old guy, coming in and wanting to recruit that kid, which I thought was pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. It could have really been had an interesting dynamic going forward, but I also totally get why they didn't add him to the cast. It would have made it a little too complicated.
Maybe. I mean, they already have like a computer guy.
I mean, it's not just
here's
a computer.
every season 2 episode with the laughing man on the case. Section 9 wins.
Yeah, pretty much.
You don't even
it's
need
pretty
anyone
much
else.
Yeah, I mean, between him and the Major, it's just game over.
Pretty much. Anyway, no, Togusa was totally like 5 seconds away from just shooting everyone in that room.
Seriously.
Man, I'm so glad you guys are alive so I can kill you myself.
I don't blame him.
So that's Ghost in the Shell Season 1. We'll never get Season 2.
That's a little disappointing. I kind of wanted it again.
Hey, why do you say that? Just because it's not airing next?
I mean, I feel like at this, I don't know.
I mean, they might put it on after, Attack on Titan Season 2.
Yeah. Man, that'll be really hard mode.
No kidding. Why am I following DTL on Twitter again?
Why would you ever do that?
I don't know. It's just, I don't know. It's freaking, like, sometimes it's like normal stuff, and then you've got stuff like the last thing he retweeted. I'm like, why would you do that? And then I remember, oh yeah, it's just DTL. Yeah.
Anyway, that's our show.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see you guys next week for Outlaw Star. Are you excited?
Yes.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know what to expect. I'm interested.
I'm going to expect a perfectly serviceable show.
Neither of you guys have seen it yet.
I get the feeling that it maybe doesn't deserve to be considered a classic, but it'll be fine.
I mean, the dub is better than most of the dubs were at the time, and the show is a little better than the, sort of average show we were getting at the time. So that's sort of why it's remembered so fondly.
I'm pretty sure it's just remembered so fondly because it looks like, it's one back when anime was good.
Well, I mean that too, but it was also sort of like one of the higher tier shows in general at the time.
I mean, I would have watched it back in the day, but I always thought it looked kind of generic. The promos that they've been showing on Toonami has a lot of really good animation, like better than I was expecting looking. So it's got that going for it as far as like piquing my interest. It just looked like a generic, like it does. I have to be completely honest. It looks like a generic space anime from the 90s. To me, I'm not seeing the hook to it yet. It kind of looks like a poor man's Cowboy Bebop, kind of.
Well, I mean, the thing is, and there's a slight twist to the show that you'll see fairly early on, and it does make it a little more interesting. Like it's a fairly unique thing that it does.
I mean, I'm not trying to prejudge it. I'm just saying that, like, based on what I've seen so far, it's like, okay, I don't know what makes this show good. I haven't seen enough yet. So other than the fact that it does look good, it's got that early, like mid 90s, like where I don't know how to explain it, but like they took more time to draw more frames to the animation, so things looked cooler,
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, looking at it, like, hey, it does look like trying to see, because there's always that meme of like, man, why doesn't anime look like old stuff anymore? And I'm like, yeah, it looks pretty good, but you can see how it's also not amazing.
Right, and that's also like really shitting on a lot of new shows that look amazing. But what it does have to me is like it has that, because you can look at like anime from different eras and different different I want to say eras, that's not the right word, but like different decades, thank you, different decades, and there's like styles, and like this definitely has that sort of Tenchi Muyo character model style going on.
Like it's a little sketchy, and it's got the
The
you know,
eyes,
really
the way the
solid
eyes are
black
drawn,
lines, and
the way like people have kind of like really pointy chins. It's like that's just so from that era.
yeah. It's sort of like house style from that era.
Yeah, yeah. It's just the way that was what was in at the time. Yeah, I'm interested. I want to see more.
Yeah, I'm excited, and I'm excited for what else they might do. Mission of Escaflowne.
Please.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Fucking Gundam.
I'm totally with you. Right?
Oh yeah, they finally announced that Blu-ray.
Oh, I forgot they did that.
Now it's like it might actually happen. Please God, G Gundam. Jesus Christ.
Let it happen for us.
Absolutely the most.
It would be sick.
It would be the most perfect show for Toonami to air for so many reasons. One, it looks amazing. One, it's a mecha show. One, it's DeMarco's favorite franchise. Like all of these things, it'd be like the perfect storm. It seems like a no-brainer.
So,
plus
Gundam Wing coming 2018.
No, you mean G Gundam. G Gundam.
It's gonna be Gundam Wing.
That's the joke.
God damn it.
Well, we compare the two, and well, G Gundam has a lot of things. Everyone knows we aired Gundam Wing, so.
Wait, which one has the Mexican Gundam?
That's G Gundam.
G Gundam.
Okay.
So G Gundam has the stupid stuff. Gundam Wing is just more self-serious.
Or they have
Gundam.
it's like that's what it is, right? It's like every Gundam is like a country, and so they have like the American Gundam. It has like
Windmill Gundam.
Yes,
yeah,
the windmill
they have
Finnish
Dutch
Gundam.
Gundam.
Dutch, yeah, that's right.
Mexican Gundam, Canadian Gundam Canadian Gundam is just a lumberjack.
My favorite is I've seen some shots from that. I think it's the same show where like all the space colonies are also countries, and so there's like the USA space colony, and it has like a Statue of Liberty, and then like
and it's shaped like the United States.
Yeah, it just sounds so amazingly awesome.
It's just one of those completely ridiculous things.
It's like because here's the thing, and I'm gonna sound. This is not racist, all right? I'm just putting it out there.
Okay, stop.
No.
Stop.
Hear me out. Japanese folks, I love them, but they have a way of just kind of pushing stereotypes a bit, and it's totally like that's what they do in their media. So like it probably doesn't even cross their minds how it could be offensive to show a mecha with a giant Mexican hat on. You know what I mean? Like they just think that's cool.
And when you're G Gundam, it probably is.
Yeah, that sounds cool. This is also the show too that has the guy that like cuts mechas with like a string or something.
God, I want this fucking show.
Yeah, no, he uses his sash, and then he like breaks them, and then they push skyscrapers with their hands and.
See, this is what Unicorn should have been, like over the top ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, if they went with that sort of thing, with like that animation quality, it would have been like the show of the forever.
Yeah. But no, we have to have melodrama.
I know.
So yeah, Gundam Wing coming next year.
No.
God damn it. Always the worst possible choice.
Every time.
Gundam Wing was on Toonami before, right?
Yeah, but no one remembers that.
Okay, I don't either.
But everyone remembers Gundam Wing because of the promo, which they can literally just remaster and just have this. They would do that.
Mm-hmm.
Like they already did it for IBO, but if they actually got actual Gundam Wing, they just do it all over. They just remaster it. They probably couldn't get. They probably have to redub it though.
Gundam Wing or G Gundam?
Gundam Wing. You can't still have Peter Cullen's voice.
How come? Oh, right,
those I mean, they definitely don't have the right to still air that.
Oh, they probably, unless they're like work out something where he gets paid, it's not likely.
Which they could. I mean, he doesn't do work, but maybe they go like, we'll pay you again if we can just air this.
Yeah,
no, maybe it works like that. Maybe he just gets residuals.
Maybe
he probably does.
Maybe they don't even, but they would have to. Who knows?
I mean, he definitely gets residuals, but I mean, it's a matter of the rights too. You know, like maybe they just own the things themselves, because I think that might be how that works. Because they made it in-house and they contracted, the thing out, and they probably own it. But if that's how it works, he'll definitely get paid if they air it.
Yeah. Anyway, Gundam Wing. That's our show for tonight. Thank you very much, C. Kohler.
No problem.
Thank you very much, B-Dubs.
Okay.
I'm off to be dubiously sensual.
I already am.
Good night, everyone.